Hey, all you rock stars, welcome to Tech Heart. What are we gonna do tonight, man? I don't know. We're gonna watch some demos, Commodore 64 demos. We're gonna dig into what was Linux like when it sucked. Because I remember, it sucked. When did y'all start using Linux or any Starnix stuff? My first experience wasn't with Linux, but it was with Unix. I remember I had a login account for my first internet when it was still text, and we did Gopher, and you checked your email. There was no TCP/IP programs, graphical programs, or they were very limited. It was just coming around. But I would jump on this University of Toledo server, and my girlfriend's father was a professor, so I had an account, and I could go online and play around. Just after the ARPANET and BBSs, and just before the TCP/IP graphical stuff came around, so I had a Unix shell account, and that was awesome. We're going to dig into 4 or 5 different distros today. Debian 1.31, the first Linux Mint, the first Ubuntu, and 2 Fedoras. So let's have some fun. We'll open up this desktop over here and we'll see what we can't get rocking into. So let's go see it. Boom! All right, Debian 1.3.1. It was released in 1997. Let me go ahead and boot up this virtual machine. We'll start it, and we'll open a little window because we're kind of cheating over here. Pull that window over here so you guys can see that. Let's go back to reading about it. On archive.org, it came out on a 2 CD set that recently orbited on the U.S. Space Shuttle. 2 more space missions carrying Debian are already scheduled. I wonder if they used the software or if they literally sent up the CD-ROMs, because, you know, they did stupid stuff back then. It's a floppyless install directly from CD. A 1 floppy install using NFS or a hard disk. Oh, I gotta go over to the VM and push escape because it doesn't know where to boot from, guys. So I gotta tell it to boot from the hard drive here. Catch the escape. Boom, got it. I can tell it the hard drive and we'll boot in. Let's make sure we're scaling this locally so I can make it a little bigger for everybody. Boom, there's that. And let's grow this screen. Okay. Get it cracking, guys. So, this was a non-GUI install. I think there was some X stuff back then. It's forcing a check on the hard drive because I must not have shut it down perfectly. Let's see if we can read any more fun stuff over here. It has it had 974 entirely free software packages. Get that, Linux. 200 developers, free online support from our large community. Upgrade automatically via CD, FTP, NFS, disk, or floppy. Man, can you imagine package managers back then when there was no internet or there was no GitHub to grab packages? You know, you kind of got what you got, and that was it. Uh-oh. So this was, it failed here. Uh-oh, I might have to play around. So, it failed and it was trying to do FSIC and I didn't wait long enough. So let's try to do, let's do a normal boot again. Let's boot from the hard disk. Come on, Lilo. Let's get into Debian. Hey, if you guys check on the channel, you can see a lot of these demos running full and without me talking over them, and you should go check that out. Okay, so dev HDA2 was not cleanly unmounted. It's forcing a check. I guess I just gotta let it go. We could boot into a different one, or I'm just gonna let that set for a minute, because I did boot into it a little while ago. Debian is striving for better integration of the entire system. Two examples are an automatic menu system, the menu package, and a built-in web server. Good. This is the first Debian release to have an official CD. It's 1.3.1, and it was the first one that I could find, so I guess I missed 1.0 or 1.1. It says down here, we've gotten real. Until now, Debian was a large, informal organization with no treasury and corporation and only one real officer. They've submitted for their incorporation papers to the state of New York. Bada binga! So after Debian 1.3, we have Fedora 3 that came out in 2004. We could boot up Fedora. I don't want to get too much crack, and I wanted to show some of this first. Let's boot up Fedora 3, and this was a 2004 release. Boom. You can open a window on it. Oops. There we go. Debian over here is trying, guys. Hang on, let me pull this over just so I have it. Debian's trying. So it's just doing its check. It's doing an FSIC on that dev HDA2. So we're alright. It's doing its thing. But whilst we do that, let's go ahead and grab this Fedora. Boom, here we go. Push any key to enter the menu. Let me make this bigger for y'all. I gotta force the local scaling. That's fine. Okay, here we go. I gotta make Fedora bigger for us. Now, this was a fully GUI install, and the install was nice enough. I don't know if it used like calamari, whatever you want to call it, or really what it was, but it wasn't too apart from what we do nowadays. You know, it wasn't too crazy. It all went without a hitch. Oh, why can't I grab that screen? I guess I could take it full screen. I want you guys to see. Because it is full screen, Paul. So, it boots into Grub, and we can boot up Fedora Core 2.6.9. It was actually billed as Fedora 3. So I go over here. Fedora Core 3, a whole new level. Fedora Core 3 was released last month as the successor to Red Hat's consumer-grade product, which was RHEL. Let's go try to get this show details so we can see as much as we can. Can you imagine? I still use NFS mounts today, and Linux was rocking that back in '97 with Debian 1 and here in Fedora. So that's an old thing. I still use NFS while SMB has been kind of calling my name lately. All right, so we got to set up the date and time. We're not going to worry about that. I think that we'll be on the network. Now, see that. This is 04, so now they have network stuff. The other Debian was talking about install from CD or DVD. We have a network now. Let's enable this. Ooh, we're going to see right here if it gets to it. I don't know that it'll even... Oh, it did connect. Okay. So, this is just a Proxmox VM. Select the model of our monitor. Blah. Generic CRT. Let's go with generic LCD. Oops, it won't let me. Hold on. Why not? Come on. Oh, here we go. Let's try to tell it we have... Let's just do a 1920. I don't know if it's going to accept this at all, guys. Okay? And let's try to change our 800 by 600. Let's just go up to 1280 by 1084 and see if it rocks for us. Okay, our username. It's going to be Paulie, baby. And I ain't telling you all my password, so get off. Use network login. We'll do that later. Bing. Would you like to install additional CDs? No, I think I want to pass. If I remember, this package came in 3 or 4 CDs, and I went through 3 of them. The 4th was extra stuff. Okay, so now we can get in here, enter our username and password, and we're in Fedora 3. I'm going to switch over and check on the Debian. just to see. Okay, by the way, we're in Debian, and I'm just going to jump in and show y'all. It was a root user. I didn't add another one. I'm going to show you this. It's an 8 GB hard drive. That's all that it was capable of seeing an IDE drive of. And here we are in Debian 1.3. We are running a Linux kernel 2.0.29, and it's an i386 install. It thinks it's 1997 still. What can we do here? We can... Oh, it has no LS Black. I'm sure it's not going to have Nano. No. Now, it doesn't run apt. This is Debian. What would Debian 1.3 run for their package manager? I'm not certain. At all. I am not certain. This was the first Linux distribution to provide a package system with dependencies, a feature that had been copied by all but one of the leading Linux distributions. Okay, our package system is technically superior to that of any Linux system. We were the first to provide automatic conversion. You can automatically convert RPM and Slackware packages to Debian ones. Man, I wish this archive.org told us what the package manager was. It's not RPM. It's not apt or any derivative of apt, unless... No. Let's see what's in bin. It's going to be all our normal Linux. Oh, look at how small that is, guys. Archbastion, edit. Wow. Go in your bin folder and see how much stuff you got in there. We are running really lean here. System.map. We have a boot folder, like we should. We're running 2.0.29. I don't know a whole bunch of what we can do here. I guess we could try to kill the system. I could like delete it in good fashion. Oh, I'm in root anyway. Oh, and I have a Poly account. That was right. This would not let me have a Poly42 as a username. It would only accept A to Z characters. So I had to make it Poly here also. We can do an RMRF on the root and kill that 1.3 the way. There it goes, baby. Now what can we do? We can't ls. We can't make a directory because we can't do nothing. We can p-word. Yeah, we can't do nothing. So I'm pretty sure I just killed that decently. Alright. Hopping back over to our Fedora that's a little more fun and graphical for us. Alright. We are in Fedora Core. And hey, I mean, this is 2004, like we said, and it's pretty, man. It looks really good. This ain't a bad thing. I think we could make this window bigger. We'd have to go somewhere else. The desktop information is not there. Try to open our start menu here. Come on, work with me. This mouse ain't working with me. There we go. You gotta be kidding me. You little booger, you. Oh, I love you. Alright, guys. So fun. Oh, maybe that wasn't our start menu anyway. I was trying to click on it, but let's go over here to System Tools. System Settings, actually. We have Server Settings. We're going to open up a terminal and see what we got on the network real quick. Here's our display that we already went into once. Come on. Did I set a different root password? I did. I said a different route. Let's try to open up a terminal here. Where's the terminal, baby? Okay, here's our terminal. I want to make this a little bigger if we can. See if it works. Oh, I need to log out for those to take effects. Of course I do! Why wouldn't I? No updates available. This is cool. So it had a... here's a package manager. Can we find out what it was on here? So we're on Fedora. What does it have? DNF, I think? No. What's Fedora? Launch up to date. It's not going to allow us to do that. Welcome to the Red Hat Update Agent. Fedora Core 3 and Fedora Core 3, the two channels. Okay. It's trying to fetch. What do you think? Is it going to get the internet out there? Are we connected here? Let's do a ping. Okay, the network is unreachable, guys. This is a VM, so it should just have... Oh. So we're not connected to the network right now. Oops, I'm sorry. I just opened up OpenOffice. This is really neat, man. They've got a lot of stuff here. So that's OpenOffice from back then. Oops. Didn't really want that. Come on, guys. Work with me. Work with me. We're going to cancel. We're going to exit. There you go. Okay, so we can't update. And I can't cancel, Paulie. There we go. It's not letting me close this. Well, can I cancel it? No, you're not letting me cancel it. Can I kill it? Kill all up to date, maybe? Operation not permitted. Well, why not? Oh, I'm not in the sudoers file. So up here, you have all your applications. You have a calculator and a text editor, just like you got a bunch of games too. For graphics, they have GIMP loaded on this sucker. You can open that up and see it. Internet, you have Firefox, IM, and IRC. You have OpenOffice tools. A bunch of preferences. You have many settings. Sound and video, CD player. And up top here, by the actions, we have a web browser. That's going to be Firefox, but we won't see anything. I opened up that stupid thing again. That was email. Cancel. And I already know this. We can't get out. I already know that we're not pinging anything, but yeah. Okay. So yeah, the Fedora looks pretty darn great though. Let me go open this up. I want to see my other stuff. So that's Fedora 3. Also, Ubuntu 4 was released this year, but we're going to hold on for Ubuntu till the end. Because I want to show you guys. Those are all OpenOffice.org tools. Let's go ahead and get out of here. How can I shut down? I don't know. So this is Fedora 3, ladies and perms. Okay, I'm just going to go ahead and kill it this way. I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to shut it down. Okay, so going from Debian 1 to Fedora 3, Linux Mint came out in 2007, and I thought it looked really good too. Now, you'll have to understand that, you know, these are not supported by a long shot anymore, so you're not getting any package managers, and I wasn't able to update to my Intel video. So this looks like it uses Grub also. Let's load up Linux Mint here. Let it boot. I'm gonna get the local scaling on. Hold on. This is just so I can attempt to make it a little nicer looking for y'all. Hold on, Paulie. There you go. All right. So there, we'll get it as big as I can for you. Now I think here, boom. So the funny thing is though, this is set to 640 by 480. That's the best I could get on the graphics here, guys. So this is Linux Mint, the very first Linux Mint, Selena. And everything is so darn big, I can make this smaller if I take my time, or attempt to. I did this earlier. You booger, you. There we go. Okay. Now, this does have apt. However, I don't think we're getting out either. Yes, we are. We are on the internet here, so this gets a little more fun. Now, let me show you this. Let's try to do an apt update. Simple, like we all do every day. It failed to fetch, you know, because it's 404 not found. So, there is no updating. There's also no installing. It doesn't let us. So, it can't find the package of HTOP. This is coming along. I mean, this is 07. It has more features and more things, but the funny part is, it really has the same software as already was in Fedora 3 years earlier. GIMP image editor. We'll load up GIMP here in a minute too. Thunderbird mail. I mean, you know, people had stuff. Easy peasy. I asked you when was your first Linux experience. When did you start using Linux every day or as your daily driver? And how has it changed for you guys? I do wish I could get this Linux Mint at a bigger aspect ratio for us. It'd be nicer to see it that way. But it is neat to see where these things came from. This is a note. Farts. Polly's home. Yeah, it just stinks that I can't get it bigger than that 640 by whatever, you know? It had... What's the NV system tool? NTFS configuration tool. Enable, disable write support for NTFS. Alright, that's cool. So if you wanted to look at Windows data, I don't know what this NV is. Some dependencies are missing. You could try to install them, but hey, wait, it's downloading files. It couldn't download all repository. Okay, it was just trying to download the indexes. Yeah, it ain't gonna get nothing, ladies and germs. It needs build essential and X server dev. Oh, okay, so that looked like it was for graphics cards. I saw NVIDIA as I clicked the exit. This, fine folks, is the very, very first Linux Mint. And they've come a far way. I don't use it for me, but I really like Linux Mint. You just give it to people and it works. You don't gotta do a lot to get them going. You can put Linux Mint on a system, give it to a new Linux user, and that's gonna be the easiest for them, I think. That's Linux Mint. We are going to check out Fedora 9 real quick, because I did like to see how it came along. I believe it was 4 years later. Yeah, it was Fedora 9. It was in 2009 that Fedora 9 came out. First impressions. They didn't like the default wallpaper. They were looking for their princess or fairy to appear, but it didn't happen. Fedora included Firefox 3. It ran on GNOME. Let's fire it up. Fedora 9. I might have been wrong too. I think it was 2008, Paul. 2008. Okay, it's... Oh, I missed it to go into Grub. I like to see that. Alright, let's get our local scaling. Let's get this thing a little bigger. That's as big as I can make it for you guys until it boots into graphics. Starting UDEV, and here we go, baby. Ooh, let me get this show details for us. Come on, come on. Ah. There we go. Now here we are at Fedora Nina. And we're in the setup process. So let's go ahead and set this bad boy up. Oh, I have to make a user, guys. Sorry about that. Paul Lee. And a password. Let's make it password. I'm not going to mess with the time at all. We knew the other one did connect. Hardware profile. It's a VM, but Fedora release 9. Running a genuine Intel processor. And it's on SE Linux. We're not going to send that profile. Begging us to send the info to Team Fedora. Alright, let's go with Paul Lee. I can call these demos out, I know what they are, but I think this is E2IRA by... I could know him in a minute if I looked more. So this is... Oh, look, guys, I was clicking the show desktop icon earlier, wondering why nothing was happening. So let's go ahead and we'll open up a terminal real quick, see if we're on the outside world. We are connected to the interwebs. And what's in Fedora 9? Accessories, you got an archive manager, dictionary, calculator, character map, dasher, screenshot. Oh, that's cool. I got screenshots now. A bunch of games. GIMP is in there. I'm going to load up GIMP real quick. Look at that. Look at that GIMP icon. Okay, let's close the tip of the day. Boom. Here we go. You got your layers over here. I mean, man, guys, this is coming up on 20 years old, or close, 15. And it looks pretty darn good. I mean, this looks like a GIMP that you'd be able to edit your photos with fairly easily. Look at that. This doesn't look like a slouch. I mean, it looks better than Windows 7. Disk management, disk usage analyzer, file browser. What does the browser look like? You got a good, decent file browser there. I mean, what more could you think and want? I don't know. Create a folder. It's all the same. You know, you were rocking around in a GUI. It was 15 years ago. I think this looks better than, like I said, Windows 8, Windows 7. Let's see if we can get out. Now, this said that the system update has been completed. I don't know if it has been. It's popping up again. Well, let's see how weird things start to feel, though. Now, we were getting out to the internet. There's Google. There it is. I wish I could remember. What's the package manager on Fedora? Is it DNF, guys? Or am I way off? No, it's not DNF. Come on. I don't know what it is. Not PKCon. Oh, it is. Alright, I think it is PKCon. Hold on a minute. Let's do this. PKCon, because I see get updates. I just made a guess. Oops. Let's do sudo pkcon. I don't know if there was a... Yeah, okay. Let's do sudo pkcon get updates. Yeah, that is running out of the stuff. It says we need a PCRE, GhostScript, DevHelp, glib2. Let's try to install these updates. See what happens. They're being installed. Well, show me. It said they're being installed. I don't know that this is supported at all, so I think it'll just fail, and that's where we were earlier. Close this out. You know, things are glitchy and everything, but this feels like an XFCE system. I know it said it was GNOME. No, I don't. Yeah, it feels like GNOME. But it's not bad. this is good business. Got your firewall. You got your CLinux management. That's how it runs. Software sources, update system. I mean, there we go. Here's the update system right there. PKCon, I believe. And I can't view anything about it. You know, it doesn't show me. Show me what you're doing, Daddy-O. I want to be there with you, Papa Bear. You can change the look and feel. Internet and network. Add Bluetooth. Look at this. Hardware. Palm OS devices. You little booger. Here's more package stuff popping up. Okay. I messed up on this mouse thing. Don't care. Here's the update failing. It says, do you trust the source? Heck yeah, I trust it. Go on, man. Rock and roll with your bad self. I mean, I can't imagine that it's connecting to anywhere that's sending us anything good back. It says I'm missing a GPG key. I'm not going to get anything to rock. You know, I want to show you guys this gem, man. We're getting there quickly. Administration. Let's play with the bootloader. Yeah. Ask for passwords enough. I'll tell you that. The boot entry is Fedora 2.6. We're on 2.6 now. Let's go, Fedora. You can see just how these distros or these companies really push you along to go to the next version. This is years beyond, but it's falling on its face. You know, it was neat to see these guys. I want to show you my favorite, my gem here. I'm going to kill this. I'm going to shut her down. And I'm going to go, it didn't really shut it down. I'll go over here and show you. Let's click on Ubuntu 4.10. This is from Frostbite. Ubuntu 4.10 Warty Warthog back to the first Ubuntu Linux desktop. Ubuntu, I don't use them today. I don't use an Ubuntu derivative either, but they did a lot, in my opinion, for Linux. You just saw Fedora from earlier than Ubuntu and after, Fedora 3 versus Fedora 9. But I think Ubuntu really brought Linux to the mainstream, or to more people anyway. Maybe not to us network geeks or total nerds. You could see me fumbling through those last, the last 2 or 3 GUI Linuxes, let alone Debian, that you would have had to install your own X and stuff. This Ubuntu is really a system that I could still use today. I'm going to fire it up, and I'm going to give us a window. But, and there's still online, there is still a fan group for Ubuntu 4.10 Warty Warthog, but you can't use apt anymore to install new software. But it is just very usable. In fact, when we boot into my Warty Warthog, I think you will see my desktop's already set up because I have things from the last time I used it. This is a VM that I actually keep on my system, and I use this sucker. So once we get going, I'll be able to make it larger. But you're going to see things, I think, populate right when it boots up. Oh, this is the Pumpkins. This was released just a few days ago, and it's a Commodore 64 demo released at Halloween. This is kick butt, man. It's a 4-disc. It's a 4-disc release, and they had a game at the end called Slash with Ash. Go check it out on another video on the channel or online. It's called All Hallows Eve, released by the Pumpkins just a few days ago. Alright, I'm going to log in here. This is Ubuntu 4.10 Warty Warthog. And I'm impressed even today by Ubuntu, the very first one. There's so many different parts to this demo, and they are all good. And it's on a Commodore 64 40-year-old hardware, baby! Very, very good, guys. Uh-oh. GNOME system log has quit unexpectedly. we'll restart it. So, this is Ubuntu Warty Warthog. There's a system monitor right over here. This is system log viewer. And here's today. Yeah, there was no errors when it jumped in, so it's just one little entry. But it's a log viewer that's very helpful, as opposed to just going to var log. But this is all back in 2003. Here's a gconf editor. Oops, come on, Paul. Here's a gconf editor. I gotta do something about my mouses on these VMs. You know, I don't use too many GUI instances on my virtual machines, but there's gotta be a better way to do this mouse. I'm using the NoVNC HTML session thing. I should have probably used Spice or a different thing. Network tools. We can scan our devices, we can ping, we can netstat, traceroute. Over here, I believe, if I do a sudo apt update, I think it's all, oops. Oh, sudo apt get. No? Yeah. Sudo apt get update. Yeah, so see here though, it's just reading packages and done. So it allowed me to update the system to as good as it's gonna get, and then that's it. I don't believe I can install stuff. Sudo apt get htop. Oh, install. And it can't find the package. Okay, that's fine. So this is also a GNOME. Come on, you booger. This mouse is not working with me. There we go. I love it, don't you? So great, man. Look at how wonderful this old Linux was when it sucked. Is it just because... Did I do that because of that local scaling? Is that what's messing me up here? I don't believe so. There we go. At least get on it. Tons of games. Graphics. We have the GIMP again. Image viewer. We've got Evolution Mail, GNOME Meeting, Mozilla Foxfire, and a terminal server client. Terminal server client. Terminal server client. Oh, it's for RDP. Good. This is where we have to turn the disc. You have to put a new disc in. But look at the 3D graphics on this skull and the next spot. You guys need to go check out All Hallows Eve by the Pumpkins in 2022, baby. 40-year-old hardware. This is a good shot. Look at the 3D skull. Made from 40 columns. Sorry, I could geek out to that for a minute. Roll on. Evolution Groupware and OpenOffice. Configuration editor. We still have a floppy formatter. It can't find a device. Oh, I wish it would have let me look at the software anyway. We have a floppy formatter in this bad boy. Let me close some stuff down. I want to keep my... There we go. We got a root terminal, system monitor, network tools. We are connected to the internet here. I know that. What was GNOME Meeting? It wasn't video, right? Configuration, Druid. Enter your first name and your surname. Master Polly. Oh, come on. Enter your email address. masterpolly@yo.com. Oh, I'm on a 56K modem, ISDN, DSL cable, T1 LAN. We're gonna go T1, baby. I'm connected. I don't know what my audio manager is. It's ALSA. It was either ALSA or QuickNet. output device. No device found. I'm on this VM. And no input. So, oh yeah, video manager. Is this going to be video? V4L or a picture. Yeah, video input device. Welcome to GNOME Meeting 1.0. Here it is. Oh, goodness gracious. Welcome to GNOME Meeting. Look at this, man. It's a Zoom. Address book. Oh, man, I tell you, I can love this stuff forever, guys. Yeah, it's looking for my Logitech camera. And it had this little tiny square. The first meeting software. I really wish I could get that, like, working or going, you know? It'd be really cool. At any rate, Ubuntu Warty Warthog. I think it was a really cool software. I'm glad that y'all played with me a little bit tonight, looking at old stupid Linuxes when Linux sucked. You saw how much it sucked for me. I'm trying to bring fun content for everybody, and we're gonna dig into more geeky stuff at a future time, and I hope you'll come along for the ride when we do. Y'all take care. Thanks for wasting 20 minutes with me. Tech Hard out!